Hi. So today I wanted to introduce a WireGuard VPN feature on this Loongfire mini PC, open source firewall, Loongfire. So here, let me introduce the setup. Okay. So this is a open source firewall, Loongfire, running on Loongfire mini PC. And the network cable here is, so this is a mini switch connected to the ISP modem for internet access. And so the red cable from this firewall connected to this mini switch. Okay. So there is another. This is another open source firewall running on the Intel x86 mini PC. So in my project, I call it IPFire. So IPFire is to run on the Intel x86 mini PC. And the Loongfire is to run on the LoongArch mini PC. So different CPU platform. Okay. So and this IPFire it connected to so the green network. I use the green color cable connected to this simple switch. So then it has a red cable connect to all the way to this iMac. Okay, so this iMac will have internet access through this IPFire Intel x86 mini PC. So, and you notice that the yellow cable is connected to all the way down here to this mini switch that has that is connected to up to the ISP modem. Okay, so this guy iMac has internet access through IPFire, and so this Dell server, Wireguard server, connected to the mini switch. So it will have internet access directly through the ISP modem. So this guy has internet access through the ISP directly, not through this IPFire or Loongfire. And since I have two iMac here, so this iMac, it will have internet access through this Loongfire. See, you can see here this Loongfire has green cable connected to this guy, and then this orange cable connected back to this this iMac running Ubuntu. So I will use this iMac to manage the through the web UI to manage the Loongfire firewall. So the Loongfire, I have the WireGuard VPN enabled. So the setup is so remember this iMac will have internet access through this IPFire, but I will set up the VPN on this iMac. So this iMac will VPN into this Loongfire, and so it will have a VPN to this Loongfire and go to internet through the VPN network to the for the internet access. So that's one VPN client iMac, and this is another VPN peer client I will use. So this is a Ubuntu running on Dell server, and I will have this guy also VPN to this Loongfire and have internet access through the VPN. So both this guy and this guy will have internet access through the VPN through this guy. Okay, hope I made it clear. So let's now look at this diagram. Hope you can get it clear. So remember, so this is the internet, okay? This is the internet. This is ISP cable modem for internet access. So this is a mini switch. I just showed you here. That's the mini switch. Okay. And then this is the Dell server. It has originally it has internet access through the mini switch, through the cable modem, ISP cable modem to the internet. Okay. So that's the Dell server running Ubuntu, that guy, okay, and so this is the IPFire running on x86 mini PC, and so that's this guy, yeah, this guy mini PC, x86 mini PC IPFire, and so in its green network. In green network, the iMac, this iMac will have internet access through the IPFire to the mini switch, to the ISP, to the internet. Okay, so I will use this iMac to manage the. So this iMac through the IPFire to the internet is this guy. Yeah. So this is, I'm going to have a VPN set up here on this iMac. And originally it has internet access through the IPFire through this guy. But I will have a VPN network set up on this guy, this iMac. It will VPN into this guy. This Loongfire, it will VPN to this Loongfire through the red interface, then go to the internet. Okay, so this iMac, it has connect to the green network of Loongfire to the internet. Okay, so this iMac is this guy, and then this iMac is this guy. Okay, and we just talk about this. Okay, so the Dell server Ubuntu will VPN to Loongfire, and this iMac through the IPFire will VPN to this Loongfire, and both of them will have a VPN network 10.9.9.x/24, go all the way to the VPN interface, Loongfire, then go through the red interface and go to the internet. Okay, so this is like a stimulation. If you have a Loongfire running in your home or in your office, and then you have some user on the travel or at home, they can VPN into your Loongfire firewall and then go to the internet. So that's usually how VPN works, right? So okay, we have this diagram. Now let's go to the this iMac to manage the Loongfire firewall VPN. Okay, let's. And so here's the setup. It's that's very easy to set up. So here we go to services, Wireguard. Then we have this Wireguard global settings. So we want to enable it, right? And then endpoint is the IP address for the VPN listening IP address. So here we use the red network red 0 interface IP address. So that's the internet facing IP address for the endpoint. Okay, you want your remote traveler VPN into this internet facing IP address endpoint. So the listening port is 51820. That's the default port. Sometimes you can use a long default port, like because some intermediate firewall or network device could block the VPN port. So you could use a long standard, long default port. And here the host to net client settings. Client pool is your VPN subnet. Like you want your VPN client or peer automatically get one of the VPN IPs through this client pool. Okay, I use 10.9.9.9.0. Okay, the DNS is what DNS server you want your VPN client or peer to use for domain name resolution. Okay, so right now I have two VPN peer client set up. Right now they are disconnected. So you can see here, this is Ubuntu for the Dell server. And this is the iMac for the iMac we just showed you earlier. And right now both of them are disconnected. And so I already populated the VPN configuration on both computer. And so if you want to add, it's pretty simple. Let me show you. So if you want to add another VPN peer or client, you just click add, and then here you choose the host to net virtual private network or road warrior, and then so if we click add, it will ask for what's the VPN client name. Let's say we just give a test, and then we just give a test name, and then so this is a test client. Okay. So the routing subnet by default we allow this 0.0.0.0/0. Then here we click save and notice here. So for example, if this is for your mobile smartphone, you could just use your mobile phone having the Wireguard client app installed, and then if you scan this barcode, QR code, you will automatically have the VPN configuration set up. But in my case, I use the Ubuntu and iMac, so you can simply download this VPN configuration file, and then here, then you can copy this configuration file to your iMac or to your Ubuntu, to your Linux machine, and then you can configure it. Okay, so let me show you the iMac here. So this iMac, I have so here is the Wireguard. Oh, yeah, here, let's get closer. So here is the Wireguard client I installed on the iMac. So here we can click manage tunnels. Okay. So here we have the window pop-up, and here I already populated the configuration. But if you are new, you can click. You can click here. Here it says import tunnel file from files. So once you click import, you can have the configuration file we just downloaded from here, and then copy to this iMac, and then you can just click the configuration file and import. Okay, then you have the configuration set up on the iMac. So here, right now I already imported. So now if I click activate, see it turns green, and it turns green, and now we have a packet flowing here. Okay, so we can actually come back here and look at the Wireguard. You see here, we have our iMac client to Loongfire collect status is collected, right? So we have the iMac connected to the Loongfire VPN. So we needed to collect the Ubuntu VPN. So let me log into the so here is my Ubuntu. I already logged in, and under the slash, I already installed the Wireguard client on this Ubuntu under /etc/Wireguard. So we have this configuration. We can copy the same way, right? We download the Wireguard VPN configuration. We copy it to this Dell server. Then I coined it to this guy, Loongfire. I just renamed it to R220 Loongfire, and I copied it to the Wireguard wg0.conf. That's the default configuration file for the Wireguard client. Okay, now we start the VPN services. Okay, and once we start, we can run wg-shu here, and then we have see the endpoint. We connect to the Loongfire Red 0 interface IP, listening on port 51820. Okay, That's the Loongfire internet-facing IP address. That's the Wireguard listening port. Okay. Now, if I look at the screen, let's refresh the screen here. Wireguard. We should now we have a Ubuntu VPN collected. Okay. So now let's do a test. So we can check the VPN IP address here. Show. And so here is our VPN interface WG0. And the IP address, VPN IP address is the 10.9.9.2. That's the VPN network, right? That's the IP it's automatically assigned. So this guy is here. It's 10.9.9.1, right? They are the same VPN subnet. Then we can ping here. We can ping the IMAC, the VPN IP address 9.9.1. 9.9.1. Okay, so we can ping from this Ubuntu Dell server to this iMac VPN client. That's the 1.1. Okay. So within the VPN network, they are working. So what if we wanna check if the internet access works through the VPN from this iMac? Let's click the YouTube. Since it has no update for a while, and I'm going to set up. So it's working, right? So you can see. We can click another video with the open source software. So the internet is working, right? And we can. So again, for the network, we can run a TCP dump here on the Loongfire. So this is our Loongfire VPN. We can TCP down on the WG0 interface for the VPN network. We can see here. So this is the iMac VPN IP address. It connected to this internet services, right? Through the VPN network interface on the Loongfire. Okay. So we can also run TCP down on the Red 0 interface to see the actual encrypted. So it's UDP traffic. So this guy will send HTTP request to that's -n through this red cable, and then this little PC will load balance in the HTTP. So we can see here through this green cable it's to the Wi-Fi router. So this guy. 232. That's the Red 0 interface IP address of this guy. So this IPFire has an internet-facing IP address 232, right? Why? It has this IP address connected to this internet-facing IP address 229. That's this Loongfire internet facing IP address. So 229, 232, and why? Because this IMAC connected to internet through this IPFire. So its destination source address is translated to this public IP of this IPFire, and then this IPFire will send the VPN traffic to this guy, to the Loongfire, and the Loongfire will relay the request to the public internet, and that's our. Let's stop this, and that's our diagram here. So IPFire. So this IMAC will VPN to here, but the actual traffic is goes through the red 0 interface of 232, connected to the VPN listening port 229, and then relay the internet request to the public internet. Okay, that's what it shows here, 51820. But internally, the VPN network it's virtually you can view Ubuntu Dell server, iMac, and the Loongfire. They are in a VPN subnet, VPN network. Okay, but both of them can go through internet through this Loongfire. Okay, so yeah, that's the demo I want to show you today. So both of them collected, and this is a huge thanks to the upstream IPFire. So the upstream IPFire developed this Wireguard VPN feature. I backported, just basically copy and paste the code. I mean, for this web UI to the Loongfire. I actually also backported it to the IPFire for the x86 mini PC. But you see there is a like style. It's collected, but it doesn't show the green color. So it works. So, but for Loongfire, yeah, it works perfectly. And yeah, so that's all for today. Thank you.